Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to improve your tennis game. I'm going to show you a really simple framework that you can use to figure out exactly what you need to work on to take your game to the next level. This is the first video in a 6-part series that we're going to do this week. The Tennis Tribe is launching a new area of the website called Tribe Talk. To sign up for Tribe Talk, you can go to thetennistribe.com/talk, and you can enter your email there and you'll get all of the latest updates. If you're already on the Tennis Tribe email list, you'll get them regardless. The Tribe Talk is going to be a new area of the website, like I said, and we're going to have interviews with coaches and players from around the world. We're going to have different content from different writers that I'm starting to work with that'll be kind of all things tennis. There will be tour news, all sorts of stuff. If there's something you want us to include, definitely reach out and let us know. But let's dive into this video. The framework to help you improve your game. Again, this is going to be part one in kind of a 6-part series. So this one's going to be really high level, and we're going to figure out which area of your game you need to improve. So first, let's talk about the different components of improvement in tennis. So I learned this from the owner of Tennis Analytics. He helped me think about this in a little bit different way. So his name's Warren Pretorius, and he runs a tennis company called Tennis Analytics. And there's different components of improvement. So there's technical, which is, do you have the right technique on your forehand, backhand, serve, and so on. There's tactical or strategic. So that's about, hitting to the right locations, using variety, having a game plan going into a match. Of course, there's the mental side of the game. So, if you have the first two right, but every time the match gets tight, you kind of break down mentally, then that's a separate issue. And then there's physical or kind of the fitness side of the game. So are you physically strong enough to be able to compete with some players? Are you fit enough to win a long singles match? Things like that. So those are kind of the 4 areas that you can work on individually. The picture on the right is from a video shoot I did a few months ago with Craig O'Shaughnessy and Jeff Greenwald. They're 2 of the top coaches in the U.S. Craig is focused on that tactical and strategic side, and he's worked with a lot of pro tour players on that side of the game. And then Jeff is really focused on the mental side, and he works with a lot of players. He lives out in California and helps players with the mental side of the game and helps them get the most out of their ability. So there's different coaches in different areas of the game around the world. Obviously, a lot of coaches focus on the technical side, and there's not as many that focus on that tactical, strategic, or mental side. And then we have physical and fitness as well. So we're going to break it down into these 4 components. And at any given time, we have a limit, and we're being limited by one of those components. So on the right is a graph I kind of made up. This is probably where I'm at right now as far as my game. So technically, I'm okay, maybe 76% of my capacity there. Tactically, strategic, I feel like I'm pretty good at that. I've consumed a lot of courses and content about the strategic side of tennis for both singles and doubles. I create a lot of content on that. Mentally, I do okay. Sometimes I'll double fault in a tiebreaker. Physically, right now, I haven't played tennis in a while, so I'm probably pretty bad there. So if I had to go out and play a long match, that's probably the issue I would run into. I would probably hit kind of a physical wall where I wouldn't be able to go any longer, and I wouldn't be able to beat an opponent that I might be better than technically or strategically or mentally. So if this were the case for you, the thing to work on would be fitness. You would want to put all of your practice time, or at least a significant amount of your practice time, towards physical fitness, whether it's lifting weights or running or just playing more matches, things like that. So at any given time, one of these 4 things is going to be the thing holding you back. If it's the mental, side for you. It doesn't matter how much you improve your serve technically or how much you improve your game plan strategically. If it gets down to it and it's a close match and you haven't worked on the mental game that you need help with, you're going to run into issues and you're going to have trouble. So this is kind of a new framework or way to think about this for your overall game. And when we're looking at this, this is kind of an overarching framework we can use for our game in general, but we can also use it to focus on a specific area. So you can actually look at your serve technically, strategically, mentally, physically. So you can lift weights, I guess, to add power on your serve, things like that. So on this next slide, it might be different for doubles and singles, right? Physical fitness is a bigger issue in singles than it is in doubles. So for doubles, I might need to work on my mental side, which, has been an issue in the past where if I get tight, maybe I double fault during a tiebreaker or during a big 30-40 point or something like that. So it might be different for different areas of the game, whether it be singles, doubles, serve, return, forehand, backhand, and so on. So try to think about your own game. Use this framework to decide, okay, what is it that I need to work on right now? And then when you go out there and work on it, you can really focus on what your limit is. So definitely work with your coach if you have a coach. If you find that, my serve is technically needs a lot of improvement, work on that. You can practice with real match situations. So on the picture on the right there is I took in South Carolina at the PTR conference a couple months ago. And the coach on the left, his name is Sterling Strother, and he does a really good job of creating games that kind of simulate real match situations. So he has games if some of his students are struggling with keeping points short, or if they're struggling with pressure situations, he has games that he creates to kind of amplify those pressure situations, or amplify, reward players for keeping the point short if that's the strategic thing they need to be doing. So think about real match situations, and then how can you go out and practice that on the practice court next time you're there. You can take online courses. There's lots of online courses, especially on the strategic and mental side. I mentioned Jeff earlier. He has a mental course called Fearless Tennis. Craig O'Shaughnessy has some courses over at Brain Game Tennis that you can check out. I've got my own doubles courses. And then talk with other coaches. If you have questions about doubles, email me. If you have other coaches at your club you can chat with, maybe get a different perspective. A lot of coaches are really good at one area, but maybe lacking in other areas that you need help with. So keep that in mind. And then repeat this process, focus on your, technical side or mental side for a month or two, and then come back and say, okay, where am I now? And reassess and figure out what your limit is at any given time. And then from there, you can continue to improve, and it'll raise your overall game. So I hope this helped. Again, this is part 1 in a 6-part series. Go to thetennistribe.com/talk to subscribe to the newsletter, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel down below as well. And if you have any questions, reach out to us directly, and I will talk to you tomorrow.